Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer.
Hello, right. Boring Review Nation.
Kind of pointless.
We know all things. Hello, Boring Review Nation. Gabe,
Nick,
and we are here today for another reaction, fresh off the presses. Nick, first thing you said is, hey, got a reaction to do. I'm like, sweet, on it, right before work. And it's like, oh, wait, it's a Prime Video? And, bro, I'm loving some Amazon Prime. If you guys have not been, Amazon Prime is starting to produce quality content. And I think it goes back, honestly, to last year when they produced, what was that movie? It was actually 2 years ago during the pandemic. Remember I told you it was crazy with Adam Driver. Remember about the
yeah.
White Paper or something like that?
Yeah.
From that, then of course they produced what was that Indian film that we watched?
See You Soon.
See You Soon. There was another one though, wasn't it? That was really good. Anyway, there's
been a whole bunch, yeah,
a whole bunch of content. And Amazon Prime, Jeff Bezos kind of understood, like, look, I got to give people something more than just free shipping because not everybody's on top of the shipping. But getting Amazon Prime together is a big reason why people stick to it and use the content. And the platform is huge. They produce quality content. And just recently they had this, everybody's talking about it, the Jack, what is it? Not Jack Reacher. What's it called?
Jack Reacher is one of them.
Yeah, Jack Reacher. So, man, I'm super excited to check this out. Nicholas, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic, and you're absolutely right. I feel like when it comes to Indian films, Indian content, I feel like Amazon is just very, very consistently there. Netflix also produces some Indian content. It seems like almost more like the series than movies. But on Amazon, you can find quality film after quality film. And I'm excited for this one because this is Jalsa. This is coming out pretty soon, 18th of March, in 9 days. And this is a Hindi language drama film. I don't know. I think drama films are kind of like dying the way of the dodo just because there's so many combination of genres these days. I've always still liked a good drama film. This is starring Vidya Balan and Shefali Shah in the lead roles. And this is a film apparently about a hit and run. Okay. And I don't want to get too much more into plot details or read more about it. We're going to react to this trailer right here. But Vidya, obviously, we have seen in the film Kahani. Me and you checked out that one where she was, quote unquote, pregnant, right? And she was trying to investigate what happened. Right. Absolutely fantastic film. She's been in a few other films, others on Amazon, like different biopics or whatnot that I have not seen yet, but she was fantastic in that film. So I'm excited to see her in this. If you're excited to see our reaction, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And we're going to go ahead and check this out. Let me know when you're ready, Mr. Gabe.
I am ready, my friend.
All right. Let's press play in 3, 2, 1. Motorcycle. Oh!
मुझे ये नहीं मालूम था कि आप बेफजूल के सवाल पूछेंगे.
We're live, sir. High profile case है. Can I work on the story?
I've seen that actress before.
3 बजे क्या कर रही थी?
Alia's mother.
बताओ कौन चढ़ाया गाड़ी?
क्या छुपा रहे हो मुझसे?
तुम बताओ.
CCTV footage में कुछ दिख गया है सर?
No comments.
अपनी लड़की भी इतनी रात को बाहर घूम रही थी.
तो ठोक देने का उसको.
Why you know where this trail leads to, right?
पुलिस वो केस को दबाना चाहता है.
वो इंश्योरेंस वालों का फोन था.
झूठ मत बोलो रुखसाना.
Stop working on the story right now.
Oh.
पहचान सकता है.
सब पता है मेरे को, लेकिन एक चॉकलेट देगी ना
किसको बोलेगा नहीं मैं
What? Bribe me with chocolate. That's all you got to do to keep my mouth shut is to bribe me with chocolate.
March 18th.
Again, I love dramatic films. I don't care if they're too dramatic, if you will. If it's got a good story, if it's got fantastic acting, I will follow along with the journey. There was a movie that came out a few years ago, pure drama, called Dark Waters. Not too many people talked about it. It was in some of the festivals or whatnot, but it had Mark Ruffalo in it, and it was all about him investigating Teflon, the true story. And that was a film that I absolutely loved. And this one is obviously a little different, but still very dramatic. I mean, they show you that shot. Boom! I don't know how they do the editing so quick. Because you see people getting run over sometimes. You're like, yeah, that looked as real as possible. I think the most gruesome run over scene I've ever seen in my life, as far as a movie, was Meet Joe Black. Remember that? Where Brad Pitt is just boom, he gets knocked over. That was pretty realistic. But this film right here looks like it dives deep. Obviously, the person who does the hit and run is going to be someone that someone's trying to protect, and that's going to be the whole cover up. And then you got the young investigative. Man, who is that actress? Because she looked Shefali Shah. No, that's not Shefali Shah. I'm going to look it up. But what are your thoughts on this film?
First of all, it reminds me a little bit of The Pod. You remember that Indian film we saw, The Pod, with was it the husband that ends up like I think he smacked his wife or whatever, and it turned into a big deal. And she says, "You shouldn't be allowed." Because the one line that stood out to me about the whole thing was where the dad himself was like, "Our daughter was out at 3 a.m." And then the mom responds, "So anybody should be able to run her over?" Like, you know what I mean? Victim shaming right away, right? And I think that was a very powerful line. Also, thinking about this, this obviously what we got in such a short time, it's really talking about a deeper or more important concept that's been going on, and not just in India, but we're talking about around the world. And that's the role media plays, right? Media is so powerful, and journalism is so powerful, where they're able to expose stories, and they're able to like bring things to light. But sometimes they refuse to cover things, and usually it's because they're protecting powerful people. Like, how do you expose basically the people who are signing your checks? You know what I mean? Because realistically, there's a few people that are in charge of media everywhere. There's very like big media. Let's be real. There's no such thing as there's independent media. We're talking about small guys and stuff like that, small channels and stuff. But a lot of time we see on social media, YouTube, stuff like that, you got independent media. But when we're talking about big media here in the States, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, they're all owned by a handful of people. All right. Are they really going to be investigating the people that are cutting their checks, their shareholders? No, stop it. They're going to be told, don't follow that story. Don't follow that story. And I think that that's right, where it comes to the point where does your integrity as a journalist, and where does journalism as a whole, it should be independent. It should be independent. Okay. I've never been, let's take it to another extreme. Right now, we're seeing what's going on right in Russia. I don't understand how you have, quote unquote, the only news outlet is now state-ran, state-sponsored. You know what I mean? Like, the government runs the media. Well, if your government's making mistakes, are they going to tell them, yeah, go ahead, call us out on what we're doing? No. And I don't care. Again, not getting to get overly political, but that's crazy when you got no other media other than something that's ran by the state. Are they going to call out the politicians that are robbing you? Are they going to call out the egregious acts that the government itself is committing? No. All right, it's the Fox investigating the Kenku. You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense. So to me, I think that this is really talking about a deeper and more important story. Hopefully that's what they do, is what has to happen in journalism, in the world of journalism, so that it could truly be free and independent and investigate what they need to investigate, right? Because they're obviously protecting somebody. And Nick, do I care how many zeros are in your bank account? Do I care who your name is? I don't care who you're related to. If you committed a crime, you committed a crime. Why should you be protected? That's not the reality of life, but that's what happens. And we see it all the time. Even here in the States, some stories will get covered by the mainstream media and some won't.
Well, absolutely. And that's why I like films like this, if they explore it to where it's easy for you to say what you say, and I completely agree with you. But when you're in that situation and it's your kid, right? And you're like, well, he wasn't trying to kill someone, and yeah, he hit and ran, and yeah, the girl died, but he wasn't trying. His life's gonna be ruined if I turn him in. We got it gets a little murky when it's close to home, and you have a situation where, like, okay, do I turn my son in, and then he's done forever, right? Supposedly. Now, I'm not saying that that's okay to cover it up, but you kind of see when a film like this hopefully delves into that murky area, what would you do in that situation? Now, there's plenty of situations where parents have turned in their kids, and plenty of situations where the parents like, that's my kid. I can't betray them. I understand what they did was wrong, but I've got to protect them. And it's a whole lot of craziness. And it's interesting when hopefully we'll never be in that situation, but it's interesting what people do when they're in that situation as opposed to what they know they should do. Let us know what your thoughts are about this film. Let us know what you think about this. Let me know if you know who that actress is. She's the quieter one that's helping to investigate the story. I couldn't find her name anywhere on the list of cast. Let me know where she's from because she's very familiar. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
We know all things.